Hi, this is Ravikant. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a system of two linear equations of two variables. We will solve these two linear equations with different ways. If I talk about this linear system, then we have to find the values of x and y that satisfy these two linear equations. So get ready and keep focus on the screen because this video is going to be an interesting video and you will learn a lot of things from this video. So let's get started with our first method, which is the substituting method. This method says that we can solve a linear system of two variables by substituting the value of one variable into another linear equation in order to find the values of two unknown variables. So directly it means that we solve one of the equations for one of the unknowns and then substitute the result into the other equation. So these are the two equations of a linear system. Now we start solving. So if you don't mind, then I can write the second equation into this equation. Y is equals to 4 plus 3x. Now we substitute the value of y in the first equation. Then we can write the following equation. After solving this equation, we get the value of x, which is equals to minus 9. And this is our first variable. In next step, we substitute the value of x in the above equation. Y is equals to 4 plus 3x. Then we have the following equation. After solving, we get the value of y, which is equals to minus 23. And this is our second variable. So finally, we have solved this linear system and we have got the values of two unknown variables x and y, which are minus 9 and minus 23 respectively. And this is the substitution method. Now let's go through the second method, which is the elimination method. This method says that we eliminate a variable by adding or subtracting the equations. So directly it means that we will get an equation which will be in a single variable. And from here we can find the value of that variable. So we understand the elimination method by solving our given linear system. Now we have to eliminate a variable so that we can find the value of the other variable. If you see first equation, we have minus 2y. And in second equation, we have only y. If I multiply second equation by 2 and then after I add both equations, then y variable will be eliminated. And after that we can easily find the value of x. So multiply second equation by 2, then we get the following equation. Now add both equations, then we get minus x is equals to 9. Taking negative sign in the right side, then we get the value of x, which is equals to minus 9. Now we substitute the value of x in first equation. You can put this value in either equation. It totally depends upon you. So after substituting, we get the following equation. After solving, we get the value of y, which is equals to minus 23. So by this method, we also get the same result and we get the same values of x and y, minus 9 and minus 23 respectively. So you can also use this method to solve a linear system. Next, our third method is the matrix method. First, we talk about what is matrix. So a matrix is a rectangular array of numbers or variables. It can be used to represent a system of equations. It means we can write a linear system into matrix form. One thing I tell you that we only write the coefficients of linear equations into matrix. And this is the best way to represent a linear system into matrix form. So let's make a matrix in which we represent our given linear system. In matrix form, these two equations can be written by the following system. We can write any linear equation by this way. So let's write this into a dot x is equals to b, where a is represented by this matrix, x is represented by this matrix, and b is represented by this matrix. Now we have to find the value of unknown variables x and y. So for that, let's divide by a to the whole equation. Then we get x is equals to a inverse into b. Now put the matrices in the place of x, a and b. Then we get the following equation. So what we are trying to do? We are just trying to get the values of x and y. And for that we have to find the inverse matrix of a. We know how to calculate the inverse matrix. Simple, we will use this formula a inverse is equals to adjoint of a divided by determinant of a. First we will calculate adjoint of a and then after determinant of a. And finally we will divide them. And that's how we will get our inverse matrix of A. So calculate adjoint of A. Put the matrix of A. Then we have the following equation. You have to remember the method which I am going to do. First, interchange the diagonal elements, such like that 1 will be in the place of 5 and 5 in the place of 1. Now change the sign of the opposite diagonal elements without interchanging them. Means minus 2 will be written as 2 and minus 3 will be written as 3. And this is the adjoint of matrix A. Now we calculate determinant of A. Put the matrix of A. Then we have the following equation. Now multiply 5 and 1. Then we have 5 into 1. Now multiply minus 2 and minus 3. But before that, we know we always use negative sign when we multiply the opposite diagonal elements. So after multiplying, we get the following equation. After solving, we get minus 1. So we have calculated adjoint of A and determinant of A. Now divide both values. Then we have the following equation. After dividing by minus 1 to the whole matrix, we get our inverse matrix, which is given by this equation. So we have calculated A inverse. Now put the inverse matrix in this equation. Then we have the following equation. Now multiply both matrices, then we have the following equation. After calculating these equations, we have minus 9 as the element of first row and minus 23 as the second row. Here the value of x is equal to minus 9 and the value of y is equal to minus 23. So you all can see that by this method we also get the same result. And this is another way of solving two linear equations of two variables. Now let's move ahead with our fourth method, which is the Cramer's rule. First let us know what is Cramer's rule. So the Cramer's rule is an explicit formula for the solution of a system of linear equations with each variable given by a quotient of two determinants. Simply, we can also use this rule to simplify a linear system. So let's use this rule for the given linear system. First we write our first equation into standard form. Then we have the following equation. Then we write our second equation into standard form. Then we have the following equation. So to find the values of unknown variables x and y, we will always write as the following. Now we make a determinant for our first variable x. To make the determinant, first hide the terms of x in both equations. Then write the coefficients of y of both equations like this, minus 2 and 1. Then write the constant terms of both equations like this, minus 1 and minus 4. Now we make a determinant for our second variable y. To make the determinant, first hide the terms of y in both equations. Then write the constant terms of both equations like this, minus 1 and minus 4. Then write the coefficients of x of both equations like this, 5 and minus 3. And finally we make a determinant for the constant term 1. To make the determinant, first hide the constant terms of both equations. Then write the coefficients of x like this, 5 and minus 3. Then write the coefficients of y like this, minus 2 and 1. So we have made all determinants for the particular variable and constant. So what you have to do? Simply you need to hide the terms of x when you make the determinant for variable x. And then write the coefficients of y and constants. And hide the terms of y when you make the determinant for y. And then write the constant terms and the coefficients of x. And finally, hide the terms of constants when you make the determinant for 1. And then write the coefficients of x and y. Now it's time to solve these determinants. Starting from first determinant. First multiply minus 2 and minus 4, minus, and then multiply minus 1 and 1. Then we have the following equation. After solving, we get 9. Now from the second determinant, multiply minus 1 and minus 3, minus, then multiply 5 and minus 4. Then we have the following equation. After solving, we get 23. And from the last determinant, multiply 5 and 1, minus, then multiply minus 2 and minus 3. Then we have the following equation. After solving, we get minus 1. So you can see these three terms are equals to each other. So I can write as the following equations. After solving first equation, we get the value of our first variable x, which is equals to minus 9. And after solving second equation, we get the value of our second variable y, which is equals to minus 23. So you all can see by this method we get the same result and we get the same values of unknown variables x and y. So this method is also useful for a linear system. Now we go through our fifth and last method, which is the row reduction method. First let us know what is the row reduction method. So it is the process of using row operations to reduce a matrix to row reduced echelon form. Means we have to reduce the rows by applying some operations, and then we get an echelon form where we stop the procedure and we will get the values of unknown variables. So this method is also known as Gaussian elimination method. To reduce rows, there are three kinds of row operations. First is we can swap two rows. Second is we can multiple or divide a row by a non-zero number. And third is we can add a multiple of a row to another row. So these are the three operations which will help us to solve a matrix. So this is our linear system. It is represented as an augmented matrix like this. Now we have to apply some row operations to reach at the echelon form. Here echelon form means it is a 2 cross 2 identity matrix. Now we apply row operations. If you see the element 5, which is the first row and first column element, we need 1 in the place of it. To change 5 into 1, we apply a row operation which is R1 tends to R1 plus 2 R2, which means we are applying the operation in first row by multiplying second row by 2 and adding with the first row. Then we get the first element minus 1 and second element of first row is 0. And rest of the element will be remain as it is because we are applying only in the first row. Second side we get 9 as the first element and 4 will remain as it is. Now divide first row by minus 1 because we need 1 in the place of minus 1. So after dividing by minus 1, we get 1 and 0 as the first row elements and rest will remain as it is. At second side, we get minus 9 because we divide by minus 1 to the whole row and 4 will be remain as it is. So we have got this matrix. Now we have all diagonal elements are 1. Now we have to make 0 rest of the elements. So we have only minus 3 remaining, which is not 0. So to make it 0, we apply this operation R2 tends to 3R1 plus R2. After applying this operation, we get all diagonal elements 1 and rest remaining elements 0. And at second side, we get minus 9 as the first element and minus 23 as the second element. So this is our echelon form, which is also known as 2 cross 2 order matrix or identity matrix. So after getting echelon form, we will stop the procedure and check the second side elements, which are minus 9 and minus 23. At second side, minus 9 and minus 23 will be the values of x and y respectively. These are also known as the values of unknown variables. So we have got minus 9 as the value of x and minus 23 as the value of y. So by this method we also get the same result. It is totally surprising moment for you all because in every single method we always get the same result. So these are the 5 types of methods to solve a linear system. By these methods you will get same answer when you solve a linear system question. So one thing I have to say, never try a question by a single method. A mathematical problem can be solved by so many different types of methods because maths is all about fun. And I want you just enjoy mathematics while solving. So that's all in today's video. I hope you really enjoyed this video. So thanks for watching our video. If you like this video then give a big thumbs up to the video. If you want to see more videos then keep support and keep watching our channel. Till then, if you get stuck in a problem then try to solve it by the other way. One day you will be succeed.